अरदास फैली कैसी अग सारा सड़ी जंद जग फैली कैसी अग सारा सड़ी जंद जग एक दूसरे तो लग लोग मरी जांदे मेर घर बाबा के ठंड बरसात तेरे बछड़े घरां च बैठे डरी जांदे
Hello, my dear students. Welcome to today's session of English learning. I am your teacher, Kulvinder Kaur Roohani. Students, today we will discuss a new topic, and the name of that topic is Procedure of Writing a Paragraph. Children, we read different types of paragraphs in our daily lives in school books, magazines, storybooks, and newspapers. Although they seem pretty simple, yet there are some rules we need to follow to write a perfect paragraph. Before discussing those rules or procedure of writing a paragraph, let us first of all know its meaning. A paragraph is a short piece of composition elaborating a single thought or an idea by a series of well-formed sentences. So, this is the meaning of paragraph. Students, let's try to understand it. So, first of all, keep this important point in your mind that a paragraph is a small piece of writing. It is neither very long as an essay or story, nor very short as a stanza of a poem. Next point we have to keep in mind is it is based on single theme, thought, or an idea. We cannot include so many thoughts, ideas, or themes in a single paragraph. Next, it is a well-formed structure and has interlinked sentences. Next point, simple language with correct use of grammar is much preferred in a paragraph. So, grammatically right sentences should be there in paragraph. So, students, now we will learn the procedure of writing a paragraph through different stages. Firstly, I want to tell you that we are going to use power to write a paragraph. What does power mean? Let us try to understand. P-O-W-E-R. P stands for plan. O, organize. W stands for write. E, edit. And R stands for revise. Students, let me tell you something very important about the use of power to create an effective paragraph. Students, there are 3 different stages of the procedure of paragraph writing. And by following those stages one by one, we really get power to write an effective paragraph. These 3 stages are pre-writing stage, writing stage, and finalizing stage. Now, P and O of our keyword power represent the first stage, that is pre-writing stage. Secondly, W stands for writing and it represents writing stage. Lastly, E and R of keyword power, that is edit and revise. They represent finalizing stage of the procedure of paragraph writing. So students, now let me explain to you briefly. So first of all, we will discuss plan. Students, right choice of a topic plays an important role in making your writing effective. If we are to write a paragraph, we have to choose a topic for it. Now, if we choose a right topic for us, we will write more effectively. But if otherwise, our paragraph will not be up to the mark. So students, you must not choose a topic just because the caption is attractive. Here, for example, there are 3 topics for paragraph writing. A visit to Taj Mahal, a voyage by ship, and Mahatma Gandhi. Here, among these topics, a voyage by ship seems to be very attractive topic. There may be some students who wants to write on this topic, having neither a proper idea of the sea nor of a ship. And moreover, they never read any book about sea voyage. Now, if they plan to write on this topic, their composition or paragraph turns out to be a product of imagination without having any foundation in reality. From these points, it is clearly understood that the caption or topic you choose to write about must help you show originality. There are certain other points also that we should remember while choosing a topic. In order to write convincingly, you must have some knowledge of the subject or topic concerned. Here in this example, you cannot write about a sea voyage if you have not seen a ship and been near the sea, or read adequately about it. So children, to write an effective paragraph, you should have in your mind some background knowledge, facts, opinion, and relevant details on the topic. This gives you the opportunity to write a complete and interesting paragraph. Therefore, we can say that plan before you start writing a paragraph. Choose a topic carefully based on your interest and knowledge. After this, you are to collect a list of important points you want to include in your paragraph. Here, again, your background knowledge based on facts, your study and your personal experience will help you in the task of collecting and noting down the important points. Okay, after planning, we have to organize. While organizing all our noted important points or details, we should always keep in our mind that our focus should be on single idea, because a paragraph describing single idea always becomes perfect one. So be careful that no intermingling of different ideas should be there. And students, the detail we are going to give in our paragraph should be relevant and authentic. Be careful about the sentences you are writing. All the sentences of our paragraph should be interlinked to drive out its theme. Let us understand it through these examples. Here we are having paragraph on the topic my mother. Let us read it. My mother is the best mom in the world. Her name is Kulvinder Kaur. She is 46 years old. She is very hard-working woman. She works hard for the betterment of our family. She gets up early in the morning and cooks breakfast for all the members of our family. After finishing all her household works in the morning, she gives some time to her extraordinary talent of art and painting. Okay, students, now let's read this paragraph. The topic of this paragraph is same, my mother. My mother is the best mom in the world. My aunt is also a good lady. She loves to eat fruits. I like playing football, but there is no playground in our locality. There were some beggars sitting on a lane. When I was going to my school, I saw some boys who were playing on the footpath. My mother gives me delicious food every day. So children, have you noticed some difference in these two paragraphs? Yes, difference is there. Although the topic of the both paragraphs are same, but the first one is written very nicely to describe my mother by focusing all the attention to the subject and by using interlinked sentences with relevant detail. Whereas in the second paragraph, while describing his mother, the writer is describing his aunt as well. He is also describing about his own liking for the game of football. In this paragraph on the topic of my mother, the writer is also describing playground, beggars, the boys playing on the footpath, and so on. So we can say that the second paragraph is not appropriate to the topic. And the first one is perfect. So students, here pre-writing stage of this procedure that includes planning and organizing comes to an end. Let's move to the next step, that is W. W for write. It represents the writing stage of procedure. So students, first of all, we have planned to write a paragraph by choosing its topic and by collecting all the important points regarding it. Then we organized all the points by noting down them roughly. Now, in this writing stage, we will write them properly. And to write them properly, we will use ABC method. You are surprised to see this ABC method, students. I know it. Let us try to understand it. Here, A stands for an introduction, B for body of paragraph, and C for conclusion. Students, these are the basic steps to write a paragraph perfectly under writing stage. So first of all, we will do part A, that is an introduction. We can also call it opening sentence or topic sentence. Students, the beginning of a paragraph is its introduction. At the point of introduction, we use the opening sentence which can be written in a number of ways. They may directly begin with a theme or topic, or they may be used to create the appropriate atmosphere. Let us understand it with these examples. Suppose the topic of our paragraph is Switzerland. We can start writing by using these opening lines. Switzerland is one of the best countries in the world. Or, Switzerland is a desirable place to live. Try to understand it, students. Here in this example, we directly begin with the theme of the topic. Okay, now let's take the second example. Now we are to write on the topic summer vacations. Here the opening sentence, or we can say the topic sentence of the paragraph is: summers bring ice cream, cold shakes and sweet fruits like melon, mango, papaya and so on. So students, you can see that here we have created an appropriate atmosphere to introduce the topic of paragraph, that is summer vacations. So in both ways, we can introduce our topic by writing the opening sentence. So let's do the B part of the writing stage. B refers to body of a paragraph, or we can say supporting sentences or middle part of a paragraph. So students, after starting the subject or the topic in the introduction, we come to the middle part of the paragraph for the development of the subject. Here we use the supporting sentences which support the topic of the paragraph. These sentences, my dear children, should be relevant to the topic. They should consist of the facts, relevant details, and your own personal opinions. Students, to write the body of a paragraph in an accurate manner, we should follow these instructions. So first of all, we should write a paragraph in simple English language so that everybody can understand it. Number 2, we should use common words and not the rare ones. If we use rare, uncommon and difficult words in our paragraph, the readers will lose their interest of reading it. Next, simple and short sentences should be used. Number 4, description about the topic should be clear and understandable. Students, keep this point in your mind that your description about the topic should be clear and understandable. It should not be of the category which your reader may find confusing. Next point, all the supporting sentences should be interlinked to drive out the theme, topic or central idea of the paragraph. If we will not interlink them, it will not be a paragraph. It will be something else. Now come to the next point. All the supporting sentences should be written in a logical and sequential manner to maintain its flow and continuity. But if you will not follow this instruction, your paragraph will be like a room in which we are not finding anything on its proper place. So try to write it in a logical and sequential manner. Now let us try to study the points we should avoid while writing a paragraph. So first of all, we should not use complicated, rare and relevant words in supporting sentences. As we already know that we should use common and simple words in our supporting sentences. Secondly, do not use very long sentences with too many subordinate clauses. They may confuse the reader. So try to avoid them. So the next important point is avoid grammatical mistakes. A paragraph with too many grammatical mistakes cannot emerge its right theme or central idea. And without the right expression of central idea, it will become a rough and useless piece of writing. So try to write the sentences that are grammatically true. And now we will do the C part of our writing stage. C refers to concluding sentence or sentences of a paragraph. Students, after describing the topic with the help of supporting sentences, we need to round off our writing with conclusion. This end part of the paragraph, or we can say the concluding sentences, will help you to summarize all those points and personal opinions you have been trying to say on the subject. The final conclusion draws from the subject is always included in the concluding sentence or sentences. Students, here you are to understand it very well that there may be one or more than one sentences to drive out the conclusion of a paragraph. So, this is our ABC method under the procedure of paragraph writing. This helps us to write an accurate introduction, that is, opening or topic sentence. Secondly, body of a paragraph, that is, supporting sentences. And thirdly, conclusion, that is, concluding sentences with the help of which we summarize a paragraph. So students, try to write all the important points you have collected and organized earlier in your paragraph to develop its main theme with the help of ABC, that is, an introduction, body, and conclusion. So, a paragraph has to be equally effective, satisfying at all points, and attractive to the eyes of the readers. Now come to the next point of power, that is, edit. Edit becomes under the finalizing stage of procedure. Now, let us understand how to edit our paragraph after writing it in a logical and sequential manner. Here we are having some tips. Number 1 is, read your paragraph once to find out if any of your point you might wanted to note down is missing. If it is missing, edit your paragraph. Simply include all those points that are left. Number 2 is, select only those sentences that are relevant and helpful to develop the subject of a paragraph. Students, by avoiding unnecessary stuff to a paragraph, you will be able to write focused, perfect, and balanced paragraph. Okay, now come to the next point. Be careful about any grammatical mistake in the paragraph. Edit or rewrite it if you find any. I am sure that you have understood this point very well. Next, be sure about the facts you have written in your paragraph so that they are not false or just built out of your imagination. Students, you should be very sure about the facts you have written in your paragraph. If they are not real and mere a product of your imagination, edit your paragraph to disclude them. So students, by editing your paragraph, you will be able to disclude unnecessary stuff from your paragraph. And similarly, you will be able to lessen the mistakes. Now, let's do the next point of power, that is, revise. So students, revise your paragraph as it is very important step to follow after editing your paragraph. My dear students, after finishing the last sentence of your paragraph, you may no doubt feel a sense of satisfaction. But if a reader or the examiner could detect a grammatical error, he may not be so satisfied. So, my dear children, never forget to revise your paragraph after editing it. If you still find any mistake, rewrite it and then finalize your paragraph so that it becomes an error-free and effective paragraph. So students, before closing our lesson, let's recapitulate it. As you have learned today that we are having 3 different stages in the procedure of paragraph writing. First of all comes pre-writing stage. That includes plan to write a paragraph by choosing right topic, and then collecting of important points regarding the chosen topic. At last, we organize all the important points in a relevant detail and interlinked sentences by focusing it on a single idea. Following the pre-writing stage comes the writing stage, which includes ABC, that is, an introduction or opening sentence, body of a paragraph or supporting sentences, concluding or concluding sentences. It is the most important stage of the procedure. Next is the finalizing stage. We edit our paragraph to remove all the mistakes and revise it once or twice so that our written paragraph will be an effective, attractive, balanced, error-free and complete paragraph. So students, never forget to implement power while writing a paragraph. Okay children, now we have completed the procedure of paragraph writing in 3 stages. Now let me give you the home assignment. Here you can see 3 topics for paragraph writing: a visit to Taj Mahal, a voyage by ship, and Mahatma Gandhi. Students, you are to write on the topic of your choice by using the procedure of paragraph writing you have learned during today's session. I hope you enjoyed today's session of English learning. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.